How would you like to make your first million? And today we have someone from based in San Francisco, United States. Her name is Anya Cheng, and she is the founder and CEO of Taelor, an AI-powered men's clothing subscription service promoting sustainable fashion. So, Anya, tell us, what are the
Hello,
five
hello.
what are the
Yes.
5 steps that you recommend tech entrepreneurs in order to make the first million?
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
I think the first step is to have a great strategy. If you look at, think about like the Google and Facebook, they are very different, right? But then one of their missions is very different. One is to really become organizing the world's information. So when you look at Google Shopping, it's all about price comparison. The other one is about bringing people closer together. So when you look at Instagram Shopping, it's all influencer or Facebook community, mom groups, right? So the first one is really have the strategy and the vision, which define what's your company. And then I think it's really important that you have a mission because you have a drive for the business. For example, at Taylor, we use AI to pick clothes for busy men, but our customers are not buying clothes. They are buying the chance to succeed, getting a job, getting a date, close a deal. What we are really selling is a convenience, is a service, is a peace of mind. So I think the second one is really what's the mission, what really drive you. And I think what's next is really important on the roadmap. Number 3, on the roadmap, if it's a 6 months roadmap, a 2 years roadmap is not 4 6 months roadmap tied together. It's not. Think of that roadmap as more like you are unlocking something, like you play video game. You have to get to this, and so then you get this simple magical one. So then you get on the next level. Think about what's unlock you to the next level. For example, in Taylor, what unlock us that is we realize that our customers are people who are not into fashion. They want to look good. They want to, because they are salespeople, recruiter, pastor, single guy, but they don't want to spend time chasing after fashion. So by giving the insight through interviewing 100 customers is what unlock us to clearly to have a next milestone. Number 4 will be execution, agile. What's agile? Think about if you are building a car. Instead of building 4 wheels and eventually build a car and took you 6 months, and you realize nobody buying car because everybody work from home. Ideally, you actually start by building a bicycle. Nobody buy a bicycle. Why? It's too slow? No, because we all work from home. Then you will never need to build a car. So agile is getting your customer feedback earlier, so then you don't have to waste time on the next few steps. And then number 5 will be your analytics. Of course, data is a key from the beginning, but all the way to the end as well. So the right metrics really important. Look at, for example, when Meta launched from thumb up to reaction. Remember, the Facebook used to be a thumb up. And now Facebook is a reaction, haha, angry or happy or hard, right? When they launch a reaction, people ask like, how would you measure it? It's not about how many people use it. No, you build a product not because you want a lot of people use it, because you want to make sure you are solving a real problem. For example, that problem is allow people to express their feelings better. Therefore, and then for people who receive the reactions, they want them to post more because then I feel great. I got 100 hearts, so I want to post more. So the metric should be the number of like plus reaction should be more than like because people are better express their feeling. And for people who receive the reaction should be that they actually post more, and that's the right metrics. So from the strategy, visions, mission, roadmap, agile, execution, and analytics is how you get $1 million.
Becoming a millionaire in a tech space. But people we already interview in this podcast on a stop of over 500 millionaires, entrepreneurs, and 1 out of 5 are tech entrepreneurs, tech multimillionaires. Some of them have more than one exit. So, Anja, is it so easy to become millionaire when you are in tech? Or because people maybe might have a wrong idea, they're listening Harry's podcast and they say, oh, one out of 5 person that comes to this broadcast is a tech entrepreneur, tech millionaire. It's easy to become a millionaire in tech. And if I'm a girl, it's more easy to become millionaire in tech when you're a girl. So is that easy? And yeah, tell us the good, the bad, and the ugly of girls in tech.
I think so. It really depends on what kind of business you want to build. It's not easy, it's not hard, it's different, right? So for example, in most of the tech companies, we are venture back, which is you have a lot of outside capital, which means you own maybe most of our tech founders who are VC backed eventually own less than 2 or 20% of the company. So are you happy to have most of the majority of the company give it to someone else, give a control to outside people? But that means that you are able to raise a lot of money, which is easier to be millionaire because then there's a lot of capital, which if you raise
Valuation.
$2 million, you're supposed to make $2 million or more. And then definitely most of people's goal is to make a lot more. Google, when you invest $100, the return was $18,000 was $1,
Wow.
18,000 times. If you think of Uber, the early investor invest 5,000, 50,000, 50,000. Their asset was 21 million, right? So, but the whole journey is that you have to keep raising money, and you have a lot of stakeholder and investors who will give you points of views, will push you and continue driving a business. While I see some of my friends, they are millionaire too. They own 100% of a company. They have no outside investor, but took them 15 years because with outside capital, you have only can hire 3 employees, and every dollar you may have to go back to a company. It's very hard to be able to make large investments. So I think it's just different type of company. So before you want to be millionaire or raising money outside, really ask yourself, like, what kind of company are you building? Would you think that people will invest because it grows so fast? Also, would you be happy that most of majority of the company is actually owned by someone else?
Yeah, providing a solution for the market at the end of the day, and I can see that you're so passionate about your tech business. And let's face it, men, we are not fashionable at all, right? I'm the most upgraded version of fashionable men. I dress very colorful all the time. Yeah. And when I'm sometimes I take in the metro in London because how I dress. Sometimes I've been in the people that have been in the audience in my conference. They tell me, Harry, is that you? Man, let's take a picture. I saw you, man. Let's take a picture. Look, I did what you say in that event. Look, my family, my business is growing, man. And so sometimes the way that I dress, it makes me memorable, right? And even if they have a doubt, even if I'm in a metro, right, in public transport, they can easily, if they see that the guy is bold and dressing a bit like purple, shiny, 99% that this is Harry. So tell us, how do you think that in corporate and out there, AI have opened a new door for men to be more fashionable in a way that, because you have to make a first impression. Without that first impression, thing is not gonna work. And it's my understanding that take only 4 seconds. When, for example, you came to this podcast and I saw your white background, you're very well presented, your background is very clean and neat with your logo and everything, right? It's give you very good impression. Yeah. So if you have a very good impression of a person, it's only take 4 seconds. Most likely everything is gonna go well. However, if you have a bad impression, takes a lot of work to move from a bad impression to to a good impression. A lot of effort, energy, and you have to do everything. So tell us, how you decided to make a business out of this.
So how I decide? So actually surprised. I actually start my personal point with like pain point, even though I'm not a man. But when I was leading large team at Meta and eBay as a minority executive for women with color, I feel a little bit imposter syndrome. I want to look great, so then people won't find out that I'm freaking out. So I tried some subscription boxes like Stitch Fix, which you have to buy from every single shipment. They pick clothes for you, but once it arrives, just like any e-commerce, you have few days and you decide you have to own the clothes. Once you own the clothes, you mean that it means laundry and folding and ironings and doing a lot of things. And Also, getting rid of clothes, tidying up is really hard. Most of people only wear 20% what they have in their closet. 80% of them, you think one day I'm going to lose weight, I can fit into the perfect jeans again. You never did, and then one day after many years, then you getting the buzz, and then you became yellowy, and then you just get rid of it. So I start trying rental service. More Rent the Runway newly by Urban Outfitter, which is a $400 million company in just 5 years. But
Wow.
all of those rental company, yes, they done amazing job and have millions of users, but they require women to pick. So you have to spend hours browsing through thousands of garments and pick the perfect outfit. And for people who are not fashion forward like me or don't have a good sense of fashion, it's really difficult. So I got this aha moment. Most of fashion company are designed for people who are into fashion. They are not designing for people like me. I just want to get ready for my day and be successful. Getting a job, getting a day close a deal. I don't care what I wear, red or blue. I care that I wear these clothes so I get on Harry's show. I feel confident and ready to talk to the amazing Harry, right? Or people go to conference like Harry, they specifically tell our stylists like, hey, can you give me some conversational print? Means people like, oh wow, this is very interesting pigeons in your sure. How did you get this? The pink outfit is really interesting. The conversation openers. People don't care what they wear. They care that
100%. I
yeah,
get that a
right?
lot. Everywhere I go, everybody is telling me, "Oh, I like your shirt. I like this. I like the t-shirt." Right? I use a lot of velvet. Yeah, when I'm in London, and for the conference, and they are. This always the people they touch the thing. Oh wow, that's amazing, right? So yeah, when you dress good or dress to impress, definitely have an impact in the people out there. It's a message that you can even send. Even people looking for a job, right? You go. I remember this because when when I arrived to London, okay, my first I worked in a pub for 2 years, and my next job was as a room service attendant in the Hilton, right? My English was no good, so this is what you had to do when you land in London. You have to take those jobs to start, and then I remember that I went into the Hilton for the job interview for room service, and after imagine how I was dressed, that the people thought that I was coming to the interview of the reception manager. They were telling me, "Oh, are you coming for the interview for the reception manager? Is here." I'm thinking, "What reception manager? I don't know even how to speak English. How come
Just like
reception
the
that you have?
bar, right?
I'm
Just
coming." I
like
said,
who
"I'm
you want
coming.
to
I'm
be.
coming for the room service job. Do you have a room service?" Yeah, yeah, we had that one. Yeah, that's what I'm coming to apply. I say, okay, continue. Then I thought you coming for the reception manager just by the way that I was dressed. That's unbelievable, right?
Yeah, people just like the part, just like who you want to be.
And
Right?
by the
That's
way,
why
they give me the job straight away. Two, three
great.
questions. Two, three questions. Okay, yeah, you coming? Really? That you? Yeah, okay, straight away you're in.
Yeah, our customer last week is a customer, and then he said, "Hey, I'm going to pop the questions. Can you help me? I feel so nervous." So then we help him to style, and we pick the outfit that we think will match his fiance's perfect outfits. And then, of course, she said yes. So I think a lot of these were not about a win for style. It's actually a human moment. We help people to buy, they get a chance to have one more chance to succeed no matter their definition of success lie. But it wasn't feasible before AI because that means we have to hire tons of human stylists one by one. Remember the old school, there was people like the celebrity have stylists, right? They will bring them to the department store and then pick the outfit for them, personal shopper. But it was so expensive and then took days to do that. And then after you go home, you have already spent lots of money and also you have to do laundry and dry cleaning and etc. But now with AI, now these can be replaced by the human stylist. So then the AI will pick outfit and we send people real clothes so then they can wear for a couple of weeks. So when next time we go back to London, you don't have to bring dirty clothes home. You just rent the clothes, give it to hotel lobby of dirty clothes, and you go home without doing laundry.
Was amazing. That sounds amazing. Yeah, good to know. The Personal brand is the something that today is so important. Okay, and I have a client that owns 300 supermarkets. Okay, and he always telling me, Harry, when I started this business, he grew the company from 4 supermarkets to 300, and he's one of the largest online sales of products. Right, got like 5 million. Last time I checked, it was 5 million clients a month online. And he was telling me, Harry, before you have your company and then you hide behind the company and everything is okay. But now they have to work more in the personal brand because now the consumer is more sharp and they want to know who's the person behind the business. Now it comes a very important this product that you are developing because the way that you dress is part of your personal brand. I know because when I'm writing the books and for the book cover, the people that are working with me on that, they pay a lot of attention on what I'm gonna wear in the book cover. I say it doesn't matter, whatever she said. No, it doesn't work like this. Hold on, let me see the title of the book. Let me see what do you want to express and the suit that you're gonna wear. And it's not as because what you wear become part of your brand to the point that I'm always dressing in purple because as you can see, my logo is in purple. I only dress purple and gold. Yeah, because my logo is
Wonderful.
also purple and gold. So I have to as part of my personal brand, the way I dress, I align it as much as I can with my company, so people understand that I have a company, as big as it is, but I also have a personal brand that align with that company. And I think either you're an entrepreneur or even you for work, and that doesn't mean that you dress in the same color. I'm took it to the next level, but the way you dress definitely can have an impact in your personal brand, either if you're an employee, either if you're an entrepreneur. So, uh, and I know that even in the same office, if you go to I'm telling you because this happened to me. Okay, I used to be this hippie. By the way, the first 5 years that I work in my only 5 years as tech, yes, software developer, Java and Oracle in Spain, and then I worked 4 years in okay, and then I started all my companies from the last 18 years, right? So, but I have very short career as an employee. But in my short career as an employee, in my office, yes, I was to be when we writing code. I used to be this hippie guy with the long hair. I don't care. We just write code, and we are the cool people here. And we don't care how we dress. Any teacher is fine. And it was other people, yeah, that they were going to the office with a nice shirt, very well present, very shaved, very clean, yeah. And we kind of like, oh, look, these people like this, they're so snobbish. And then we are the hippies. Well, what happened? You know what I find out? That all the hippies were getting paid less, including me, big time. They didn't want us there. You know what I mean? So they want that we find out wow. And this is what actually happened when I one day drinking beer. I asked my colleague, how much you making? He told me the amount. I said, you kidding me? We're doing the same job, man. How come these people are paying you? It was maybe 2 or 3 times more. It was huge. And this is what I have the big aha moment or the bigger real. Well, I left to London. I was upset that I left to London, but the whole point is how you dress and message that, especially if you're in corporate, it does have an impact. So,
Yeah.
what is your view on this? Because you are the expert of this. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, for
Am I
sure.
right? Am I right? Or maybe I'm just
Yes,
being
yes, yes.
extremist, or maybe you can tell me,
Yeah.
Harry, you run, you are you dress whatever you want, and you will be fine.
I think for sure. That's why when people tend to ask us like, how your AI pick clothes for me? How does it know? And we ask people a lot of questions. Yes, we do ask for their height and weight, which is not very useful because most of people think they are taller and thinner, and they put on the Like, I'm definitely size medium. Go back to your closet and pick your favorite outfit. Tell me what size. Oh my God, it's extra large. When am I start wearing extra large? So besides that, we ask them some fit issue, like what usually your fit issue, sleeve too long and the pants too long. But number one, most important question is we ask your purpose. For example, some customer they say, I want to fit in. I'm a consultant. I go to a company and people don't tell me truth. But if they don't tell me truth, I cannot fix their problem. So I want to fit in. And this is a company and my newest clients now. And some people say, I want to stand out. I'm invisible. I'm new to a company. I'm pretty quiet. I'm introvert. People don't see me. So I want to stand out. Sometimes people say, I want to look younger. Some people say, I want to look older. Some people say, I want to look a little bit more like pair with my wife because she has this type of outfit and every time we go out take picture it just really looks weird. We don't look like couple, so I want to pair with her better. So again, it's more about the goal. Most of our customers don't care what they wear. It's more about the goal they want to achieve, and that's why our customers are like salespeople or single guy. And by the way, if you don't know anything, there are a few simple tips for people who are curious about outfit. Number one, look at the mirror before you go out the door. You'll be surprised how many people actually never look at themselves before they walk out the door. Just look at the mirror of yourself. That's one thing. Number
Because they
two,
think that is not important, and it is important.
you grab whatever you can grab from the laundry machine and you go out. And then so you never look at yourself.
Especially if you're single. Come on.
That's right. And number two, the make sure your belt and then your shoes is the same color. Matching the color will looks better. Number three, just make sure you don't have more than three color. You can have three color in your whole outfit, including your backpack and everything. Like three color. You can have red and light red, or pink and red. You can have light purple and like dark purple. You can have light blue and like navy blue. That counts as one color. But if you have more than one color, you cannot have more than three, including your backpack. So look at yourself. And then the other thing is that if you don't try to have a contrast for if you have light top and have dark bottom, if you have a light bottom, have a light top, like dark part. So if you're not sure how this means, then go grab your iPhone and then turn into black and white and take a picture of yourself. If you can see that you have a light and dark in your outfit, you are good. If you everything dark, everything is light, then people will pay attention to your face. Then you better have a nice looking face. Otherwise, they will be paying attention a fat, ugly face. So these are a few simple things. And the color of ear is mocha, not brown, mocha. Mocha is the color of the ear. But
wow.
be comfortable, like having a feel that it's you. And sometimes start with some conversation starter, like with our customer like small print, like try some print. So a lot of people say, I've never tried green or pink or prints. In fact, you'll be surprised how many people after they wear those color, people see them totally differently. So try something out of your comfort zone. And if you are really not sure, give it style. You have our stylists and AI to pick perfect outfit to make you stand out.
It's only for boys or for boys or women?
It's only menswear, but we
Okay.
have very small amount of customers who are woman wear menswear, but it's menswear. So, and then we have a lot of customers who are wife and purchase for their husband. They are tired of styling their husband and like
then tired battling with their husband. So now let's talk about women in tech. Number one, you were working before for eBay in corporate job. They pay you very good money. You're very comfortable in San Francisco. Do you thought it's true that it's gonna be a good idea to you to start your own tech company, especially in the clothing space? Do you have an idea how competitive this is? And how complex it is to succeed in tech? And now you're jumping into an industry like mine. Who's gonna buy clothes online or get advice about clothing online? Doesn't make sense. People want to see the clothes. They want to go to a store and wear it and see themselves. And now all these sound a little bit of futuristic. Were you aware that a huge risk that you took starting the thing, and you did quit your job, or you start this in parallel when you have how was your transition from corporate to entrepreneur?
Sure.
I'm asking you this question because a lot of our listeners are cash rich, time poor, and we love to do this transition from corporate to become an entrepreneur, a tech entrepreneur, but they have fear. They still don't have the to do this. So where do you find the courage to do this transition?
Got it, got it. Sure, sure. I think I actually never thought I would be an entrepreneur. I grew up in a blue collar family. None of my families actually have built a business before. My dad is factory worker. My mom is housewife. I was very lucky in the family. They really care about education, and very lucky that I grew up in Taiwan, where the education system is the better school is, the cheaper the tuition is. So I grew
Oh,
up, I
wow.
always go to the best school because my mom said we cannot afford it. Okay, now we get a best school. So which is very different from the US. So, but eventually, but I always found myself in the last 10 years, every time I work for a company, and somehow eventually I get into the department. I helped Meta to build Facebook, Instagram shopping. I went to eBay and then I joined the emerging market team. I led new businesses in the US and Latin America, Africa, Asia. I was and when I was in Meta, I also helped build Facebook connectivity, which is bringing internet
Wow.
to countries that doesn't have internet, like Nigeria, suburb, and Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. And then I was Target and helped Target, the retailer, to launch their tech office in Silicon Valley.
Ah, wow.
When and even scouting the office space for them, and I
My
helped
goodness, you have a
McDonald's.
brilliant corporate career. They will,
Yeah, but it's
fantastic.
still like
What are you
zero
doing your own
one.
business? You
Yeah,
crazy?
but I never thought I would be an entrepreneur. I just know that I love 0 to 1. And then we as I mentioned earlier, like it started with it's just an idea that I'm passionate about because after I rent clothes and
Mm-hmm.
after I started dressing up better, I realized my whole mindset changed. I feel ready for my day. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think anyone will notice any difference in me. In fact, I don't think it's about outfit for me, but it's more mentally. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like a student.
Mm-hmm.
No, when we were kids, as soon as we bought the textbook, we feel that we are ready for the exam, even though you haven't read it yet, right? So, or as soon as you hire a tutor, you feel like I'm ready for the exam, even though you haven't had any classes yet. But it's more of the mental health, like or the gadget guy behind superhero. They will tap on their boss's back, say, "Okay, you're ready to go," right? You're the gay friend in the movies. They tap on your best friend. You tap on your shoulder and say, "Yes, you are ready to go." I realized how much it changed my mindset and feel that I'm ready to conquer the challenges. And I start really passionate about idea. I applying for those women's rental company. I got offer from them to be their chief product officer, but for many reasons I didn't like to move into a different city or something, so I didn't take the job. So it started with that one passion about idea that I have. But then the was that when I was laid off from Meta during COVID, but I think that with my backgrounds and with all those big tech companies, I can go to any big tech companies that I
Absolutely.
want,
You don't have
right?
any
So
problem to find any
so
new
it's
job.
more of a decision. I am I going back to corporate? Yes, I got lost a job at Meta, but I got the severance, and then I can go work for another company like Google. But am I going back to the corporate, or am I building something on my own? And there was a moment that I realized as an immigrant from Taiwan, and I realized I haven't really think about what I want. I have always trying to achieve what people think is
Mm-hmm.
better. Right when I was working for Sears, Target is better, is second largest retailer, better than Sears, so I joined Target. When I worked for Target, McDonald came to me and said, "Hey,
Wow.
Target is only US based. You want to work for a global company that you can build product globally for McDonald food delivery every single country. Okay, global is better. I joined them. When I'm there, I realized that tech companies doing e-commerce better than company like McDonald's. So I joined eBay, tech company. When I was in eBay, I realized Meta has more cutting edge technology and joined Meta. So I always think about what can I do better versus what I'm really good at and what I'm really passionate about, which is actually building 0 to 1. And that was a moment I realized, hey, I have this idea. I have time. Either I apply job, go back to corporate, or I try this. And one last moment was that my co-founder, who was my MBA classmates, I went to University of Chicago, got my MBA more than 10 years ago. And that when we graduate, we have an entrepreneurship class. She was the championship of that year, and I was a second. So 10 years fast forward, she said, "Hey, I know operation and finance, you know tech and marketing, we know very different things. But we had the MBA together. We know each other well. We have the similar concept of like strategic thinking. If you are starting a company, I will go with you." And there was a
Wow.
last like, "Hey, okay, you got a team, you got time, you got the idea. It's perfect. And we start. But answer your question, is it hard, easy, extremely difficult? So I think few
What
things
your
that
parents told you when you said that, mom, in this thing, were they worried?
I have done too many crazy things in my career. Then my mom already realized that she cannot stop me. My first job was reporter out of college, and then I was investigation news reporter. I will go undercover in human trafficking
Oh
group
my God. Very
in
dangerous.
Southeast Asia for a
Oh,
few. So my mom already give up on me in terms of like adventurous, but I think it's extremely difficult. So for
how about
people who
friends? How about friends that told you, do you think this true? Are you gonna throw away your corporate career or your wonderful corporate career that you paying you a lot of money? Because these companies, they make you very comfortable. They make sure they pay you good money and they keep you happy because they want
yeah,
to keep the talent for themselves. Yeah. And they
yeah,
know how
so
to sell themselves very good. Come to the global company. Do you want to
yeah,
do this? They know how to
I
sell
told my
themselves so good to you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
told my boyfriend at the time and now my husband, and I said, we will be struggling financially for many years. Like what's thoughts? And from like 500,000 salary, now we have nothing. And he's like, okay, if that's the case, we can always move to suburb rental spaces. We can move to a smaller studios. We don't have any kids, and we all just you and me, so we just change our lifestyles and do something. And what I thought of was, I started a company age 40, and if I thought I will succeed, and if I really didn't succeed, I can always go back to corporate with my
100%.
resume in the last 15 years, right? So, but if I don't try it now, I probably will regret because I really don't know. I can either work for Google or I can try to build the next Google, even though we might only have 1% chance or less. But are you trying to like what you want to do something that you can imagine for the rest of your life, or you want to try something so then you won't regret? And eventually that's how we start Taylor. And then how do we get the first? You ask, is difficult. I think one thing that I regret, I'm not regretting starting company, never. However, I do regret that I should get involved a lot earlier. So people who are listening, if you haven't started your company, one thing I regret that I do
People are
is that
waiting for years to take the
yeah,
step.
you
Listening
should
this
get
podcast, they are
involved.
listening this podcast right now,
Yeah,
and I still find the courage to do it.
yeah, then you should get involved because it's like whole community is very different. The founder, the investor. Once you get involved, you will learn. So you will be learning before you are doing it. For example, I wish I became an angel investor 10, 20 years ago. Even you invest more money, like most of the startup here take 25,000. So or if crowdfunding, you invest a few $1,000, cheaper than the same price as your iPhone. Then at least you will get involved. You will start get into a community. You will know investor. You will know founder. You will learn about their experience
You know
before
how
you
it
start.
works before you start your own one, right?
Exactly. Like, don't wait. Like for me, because I always incorporate, I don't see any reason why I should get involved in startup besides using them as a vendor, right? So then I really do, and I think that's one thing that I regret that I wish that I do earlier. And then in terms of how do we get our first I launched a Shopify site, which is just $10, and then we launch a wait list. There's no feature, just like, hey Taylor, AI pick clothes for you. We send you real clothes for you to rent. $100, you get to wear 10 clothes per month. No more shopping or laundry. Put down your email address if you are interested in joining wait list. And a few weeks went by. There's someone emailed me. He said, "Can you bump me up to your wait list? I'm very interested in the service." I ignored the guy. I thought he's a scam. We are nobody. It's just a random landing page. And then a month went by, and the guy called me. Hi,
Wow.
I'm Michael. Somehow he contacted me on LinkedIn and he found my phone number on LinkedIn.
Wow.
And then he called
Wow.
me and I
But
picked
how
up phone.
interesting he was. Wow, amazing.
Yeah, and then he said, I'm Michael, I'm real estate agent. He probably call people all the time, real estate agents. I am very interested in your service, and I've been on the wait list for 2 months. You guys must be super popular. No, we are nobody. We haven't started anything. So you must be
You're the
very
first one.
popular. Can you please bump me up to the wait list so I can enjoy the service? I really like the brochure on the homepage. It's a real customer. So then we went to Macy's. It was before Christmas. It was on sale. Bought anything on sale that fit with the guy Michael and go to post office, put into the box and ship it to him. From there, we start getting his feedback. And we serve another pilot customer number 2, number 3, number 4. We test with 100 people. From there, every
Wow.
single time we learn, oh, we need the AI stylist, we need operational tool, we need and we need to partner. So we need with fashion brand, they are high quality fashion brands. We also need to partner with dating site like Coffee Meets Bagel, which we are partnering now. We also need to do ABC. So then with that, we were able to build a business plan. And then has a business plan, we're ready to fundraise. So starting fundraise, we post starting. I was thinking, should we
I
probably go?
bet that people are queuing for you.
No, we're thinking like, oh, we should go to the strangers.
yeah, I bet that the investors are knocking on your door all the time. And Anja, just because this process that you describe is exactly the way of doing it, whether we have a huge challenge in the tech space where people do totally the opposite of what you do. Yeah, they go to a tech business, they start to develop this MVP somehow, they forgot the word M in the beginning, and they develop a big elephant, a big software that they don't know if people wanted. They're creating the solution for the same without speaking and having this feedback from the customers. And after they come to me, Harry, find me funding. I have a great tool that's gonna solve the world, but I don't know how to sell it, and I need money to sell it, and I don't even know to who I can sell it, and how much they are willing to pay for it, because they haven't sold it themselves yet, not even a single piece. So why do you think, or what message, Anja, do you have for the tech startup founders, especially female, which is a minority in this space, and also females, and yet they get way less funding than men in the tech space? So, two questions. Number one, how we can close the gap between to more awareness of the investors, venture capital, angel investors, to female entrepreneurs. Look, I interviewed, I think like a year ago, the Minister of Finance of Zimbabwe, yeah, in an event in London. And he was talking to me, and he told me, Harry, look, we're very happy to lend money to women. I said, really? Yes. Yeah, we have a program instead that we give a little bit money to women. They go, they plant the vegetables, the trees, the right? To grow tomatoes, and then they're selling these. With this money, they're paying us back the loan, and then we lend them more money. And he told me, however, the government, we are very happy with women versus men, because let me tell you something, women are paying back the loans better than men, big time. So as government, we're very happy to lend money to the women to do this small business, right? And there is a reason for this. I realized after, when I look into this deeper, it's because they have children, so they're more responsible. They have to make this work, and they have to pay back, because they need more people to feed in the family and so on. So why women are as responsible as men, and as a good entrepreneur as men? I mean, by the way, I know you're ahead to many men entrepreneurs that I know. So so why the women have the same capacity and also the same ability to handle and to grow companies same like a man? Why do you think that Silicon Valley, all the angels investor, venture capital and everything don't give the same opportunity to tech founders females, right? And also, how can we close the gap between founders and
Yeah, you're right. Today, 50% of US businesses were founded by women. 30% of Silicon Valley tech company are founded by women. Women's exit rate and return on investment is much higher than men's.
oh, I
Almost.
didn't know that one.
Yeah,
Really?
however,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Actually, women venture capital, they are only 1.8% of money goes to woman-founded company.
Yeah, I'm aware.
1.8%. That's
Why?
really crazy.
Why?
I this is just the business still very the relationship driven companies. You know someone and know someone, and then so venture capital today was still mostly white men.
Male
So
dominated.
just
White men,
proves,
yeah.
yeah, isn't that this like Caucasian men dominated? So many times that so many conference talk about like that just, and it's not every man, it's actually nice looking Caucasian white men. So but one day I went to
And they
TechCrunch.
lend the people to look alike like them, right?
That's right.
The
That's
old
right. That's right. That's right. So, when I went to TechCrunch last year, the biggest conference in entrepreneurship, the battle, the global battle for the finalists, I met a woman there, and I said, "Wow, you dress amazing!" And she has a giant diamond on her finger. I was
wow.
like, "Wow, this is so beautiful." Oh, she said, "Oh, I'm not married. I wear this because research shows men were at least more interested in investing in women who are married versus not married because someone trusts the woman." I was
Wow.
crazy. She has 20 years of experience. She was an asset serial founder. She had to wear a fake diamond to fake that so then people will trust her and give her investment. She is a white woman. That's so crazy what's happening. So when I started, I definitely felt sad about that. No doubt, it's true. It's true. I actually never felt that way. When I in big tech companies, even though
You are
I'm
a
female
female and you're a
minority,
minority as
yeah,
well,
I'm female
ethnic.
minority, but
Oh
still, I
my
think
God,
tech
what a
company
headache.
do a pretty good job. But when I start raising, I did realize people who respond to me are all minorities, gays, people with colors, immigrants, and so on. So I feel sad about that. But I start switching my mindset. You know what? If it's only minority will give me the first opportunity, so be it. If I collect all of minorities, the immigrant, people with color, the gay and the women, and any minority together, then we are the majority. Who cares? I only knew $50 million.
And in the end of the day, if you're good and your numbers make sense, someone will help, right?
Exactly. That's right. That's right. So
If you do
we
the
start.
right thing, the right path, how you describe it, exactly you do an MVP, you get feedback for the client, then you got 100. So now you have an idea and you developing gradually. I'm telling you, the path that you develop this thing is in my opinion, I'm than you, yeah. So I see a lot of things, and I think the path that you took is so amazing, so logical for this type of business to grow gradually. That and then the numbers when the VCs and they have to open up to see to focus more in the talent. I think that people managing the funds also is the issue that, like you said, is white male concussion. They all look like this, and they are managing all those funds of ventures, capital funds, and of course they feel more comfortable to invest in and to that look like them, but they are missing, in my opinion, huge opportunity, especially with the female entrepreneurs. So
So
I
I think what people can do is that start with yourself. Be an angel investor. Few $1,000s for crowdfunding, 25,000 for being tech startups. Usually that's how investment started. It's not that big money. Actually, investing is not as high like stack as you think. So start with yourself. If more women to be more angel investors, then more investors will more likely to see minority founders. So start investing with something that you're passionate about. Say if you're passionate for sustainability, like a lot of our investors, they realize 30% of clothes in the world go directly from factory to landfill. So instead of burning those down, so inventory, we find them an outlet. So they're really into our sustainability model. Where we investors who are very into AI
and
application.
then
Is that for AI accountants, they are AI designer, AI stylists, so want to invest in AI applications. Or we do have investors who are women, who are immigrant from Nigeria, Kenya, UK, Singapore, Japan, and they are second generation or first generation, but they people with color. So from there, we were able to get investor of Berlin Capital, which is the early investor of Lyft, Instacart, and the early investor of VC that are behind Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, and Hello.
really,
Yeah, and the founder of
wow,
YouTube, who are also our investor. And that's how we were able to
really,
get
oh
20
wow,
unicorns early investor to become our investor. And we are backed by top VC that were the largest consumer tech VC in the world. And also like Forbes, the top VC that were also our investor. And that's how we were able to do so. And then sometimes
there you
when
go.
we
You are the example. You're female, you're minority, and there you go. You have a big time investors back in your company. Yeah, I mean, you're very good. You're brilliant. I'm not surprised. Like I said, there could be a lot of how you can call this, a lot of still stereotype that you have to work with. But at the end of the day, the investors are not stupid, and when they find the talent, and the opportunity, they go. They just need to be more open to it. Yeah. Basically, you have to work 10 times harder, and yeah, but you know what? It's gonna make you 10 times better. So you're okay with this, right?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, and that's why people like we doing COVID. So then people were like, "Oh wow, that's the toughest time." But because that from the get go, it means financial is important. We're building a sustainable business and make sure the financial sounds and etc. So you know, like, and a lot of people say like company actually built in the last recession actually perform a lot better because when time is good, the money is easy to get. It's really hard to differentiate which entrepreneur is better than others. When time is hard, you learn how to be frugal and be cautious of spend every single time. And I think that's actually make a great investor, make a great entrepreneur.
Yeah, I'm actually, when I start my first company, the property we managed to sell over 5 million. We actually, in a recession where we make big time, a lot of money. So when every time there is a recession, every time there is a problem, I'm like, yeah, opportunity. Yeah.
That's
So,
right. It's era of AI, right? So if you last generation is all about the algorithm, like the Google's box is all algorithm. And the era of algorithm in the past, it tend to like more favor to company with like very good engineers and very a lot of capitals. But now it's the era of AI, so everybody is going to use open AIs or the Elon Musk AI or not Mark Zuckerberg's AI. So all you need to do is bring your own unique data. So the era is different. It's one more chance for you to succeed in this era that's a little bit chaotic. But because of that, there's opportunities for people, the new winners.
so thank you so much, Anya. And if you want to know, people in love with the conversation, want to find out more about you, how can they find you? How this process work?
Yeah, so
They
feel
want to
free to
invest in you. They want to invest in
yes.
you, your company.
Yeah, so
If there is still room, yeah, because I bet that everybody's knocking at your door. Yeah.
thank you. You want to be our investor, supplier, employees, and partners. We partner with high quality menswear brands. We always hiring and with talents in different functions. So reach out to me at Anya@Taelor.ai. That's ANYA@TAELOR.ai, Taelor.ai. And then try out our service. So then you can listen as conversation, bring open conversations for you, and then save time and get the job, get the day, close the deal. Go on Taelor.style. That's TAELOR.STYLE, Taelor.style. Use the code podcast25 to get 25% off first month.
Wow, that's amazing. And with that note, thank you so much, Anya. I think you are amazing, and I'm very inspired by you for you have achieved to have the courage to move from corporate to become an entrepreneur, and you are a minority and also a conscious entrepreneur, right? Because is from this broadcast we support businesses that is you can do and make money at the same time. So we support a movement with Diamond from the movie The Secret, how work with Lily, and together we made this movement that she started, Global Conscious Entrepreneur, and we support and all the conscious entrepreneurs, and we send this message for this broadcast to everyone that if you're gonna do the business, start a business, if you can do good and make money at the same time, you're gonna take one, because we all deserve a better. So thank you so much, and for all of you following the broadcast, see you in our next episode. So how brave entrepreneur like Anya break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Bye.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.